of Greece and Persia. Trade empires, Greece and Persia. I've had myself a sandwich, a drink. I'm ready to go. I don't think anybody's watched the previous part as I'm recording this, or it's up there. I don't think anybody's watched it yet because, well, it's like 2.5 hours long, and the one before that was 2.5 hours long. So people have got lives, but I haven't. So it's time to go. And when you joined us last time, I think I was largely just waiting for iron weapons to come in, transform everything. And the plan is to get bronze cuirasses to barracks, arsenals, castles, fortresses. And then, so I'll use the bronze routes that already exist. And then go to all the demand buildings with all the weapons. And then that should be everything, I think. And then start again on iron weapons and again deliver to everywhere. There are so many demand buildings. You've got arsenals, barracks, acropolises. Do acropolises take weapons? Yes, they do. Palaces take weapons. Greek Egypt palace swords takes weapons. So what I thought I might do in the meantime is just make sure that all... I was going to say that all demand buildings are met. I think that fortress is worth it. It's hard to tell when it's 2 out of 3. I shouldn't be so sniffy. I mean, it'll get done. It'll just be a slower route, and there won't be quite so much money in it. Oh, I also realised I tried to speed up some aspects of the game where I was sorting out trade routes, but I was playing it back and it was a little weird, so I don't think I'm going to do that again. And also, it makes the game very quiet because you don't even get the music for transitioning between regions when you're doing routes. So I probably won't do that. Persian swords, probably neither of those are useful, but seamanship sounds like it could be a thing. What was I going to say? So, to keep these videos shorter, what I'm trying to do is leave the game running more often. Because what I realised, was it part 3 of the Seafarers of Phoenicia? The video had gone on for... Wow, that's a lot of noises. The video had gone on for about 20 minutes. Oh, come on. Root Babylon Sword. It was 4-3. Their 3 was better than my 4, evidently. Okay. What I would want to do, and this is again where the UI comes in a bit awkward, I would set up a route before all of these where they would pick up some guardsmen at a barracks. That's going to be such a faff. Oh, okay. So let's say you start at Ecbatana. So I'll do all of this, and then almost immediately it'll be obsolete. In fact, scratch that. It'll just be obsolete. I'll just pay the cost. Gilgamesh was on Babylon Sword. Because you don't want to watch me completely redo a route. I don't particularly want to completely redo a route. We'll just take the cost. Or we might change things up when iron's introduced in the game. For the time being, I'm happy to just bear the cost. Was that Babylon Sword regular? That's that one. These crossings are getting pretty dangerous. What I'm going to do while I'm waiting is just find every demand building and have a market next to it, and market and see, we're making profit in other areas. I don't think that would include the fortress. Not without crashing into a rook. Crashing into it. So if I have the trading post up now, it'll just slowly build up demand until I get round to actually doing something about it. Price gouging, please. Another way of guaranteeing it is if I was to find 8 places where say demand was 2 out of 3, and then have a route where it goes round to 4, picks them back up again, and then goes round to the other 4. I think that's one way of doing it as well. But oh, that'd be a faff. You just know it. It's just a shame about this game. If I could just insert markets to the top of the list and have the user experience be a little bit... Ooh, brass. I've forgotten about that. Purchase of this advance opens up a new line for bronze smithing. Lamps made out of brass ingots in addition to any products made of bronze he already makes. Your customers begin demanding brass lamps. No, that's new. And this is demanded by dwellings, as far as I can understand. Yeah, but it's not make or break, is it? Plus, it's not like I've got a lot of dwellings to worry about. I do have a lot of smelters that I don't want worrying about making brass, though. So if we go to Persia, have a quick look at brass. Oh, perhaps I shouldn't have eaten the sandwich before starting this. I'm getting all... I can't tell if I've got a cold coming on and there's a little bit of phlegm in my throat, or if it's bits of sandwich in my throat, and that's something you didn't particularly want to know. So brass ingots... that's a bronze smith, do beg its pardon. Brass is made of 4 copper ore and 1 zinc. That's fine. He just carries on doing his own thing. It'll slow down bronze production temporarily because he's bought all of the copper for reasons unknown. Where is the zinc? It's quite a bit there. Some tin there as well. Some copper there. Smelters are still open. I could turn that into a zinc manufacturer. And you know what? I think I might do that. Let's have a new route. In fact, I've got to build the stuff first. So if I was thinking ahead, it'd be better if I could think ahead in terms of what routes will need better guardsmen, because it's fairly easy to do when you're first establishing a route. So if I said lamps, go to Eastern Arcticana first. Oh geez, that's expensive. Pick up a hoplite and 2 men-at-arms. Then you can do whatever. No, I was right first time. Southwestern Persepolis with a lot of zinc. I think I have to do that route twice, don't I? Add market to Southern Arcticana. See, this was a bit that I was zooming past. It's sort of speeding up time and just zooming past it. But if you take out this element of the game, there's unfortunately not a great deal to the game. Apart from like watching merchants on routes that you've already set up. But if I've zoomed past the routes being set up, you kind of say, well, there's just merchants wandering all over the place. I mean, what I could do is perhaps describe what I'm going to do in this route. Zoom through it, and then just carry on regardless. But well, that's a bit of a faff, which is apparently my driving principle. So we pick up all of the things. Back to Southern Arcticana. I've evidently forgiven these people for going on strike. I also can't remember my alphabet apparently. I pick up 4 brass lamps. Then we go to Babylon. I don't think we can sell 4 brass lamps. There's only 3 markets. And it's not like palaces demand a great deal. Like palaces in this are just basically another dwelling. mean, maybe I can sell two to Western Abu Sir. Could do with more people on the dyed wool route. I'm not going to do that because I'm saving them for weapons routes, but it's useful to know. So we go to Western Abu Sir. And Babylon and Susa. Lovely. Now I need to redo all of these, don't I? Well, Hoplight's expensive. And also, I didn't do what I meant to do there. Hoplite on all of those, and then Men-at-Arms the whole way through. I don't think you can add a barracks at the end of a route. Because... I don't know. I think the route resets when you get to the top. So the first protocol, they will pick up all of their guards they're going to do and then drop off all of them they need to. And then when you get to the end, they fire all the guards and then start again. Having said that, people travel back through dangerous regions, so I'm not sure. Perhaps I could find out. Perhaps I could find out now. So they're fully loaded. I'm a little bit paranoid because brass lamps aren't actually worth that much. Ooh, brass lamps are worth that much. I thought I was being a bit overcautious, but not being overcautious enough. I think that works, doesn't it? It's like cancelling out a positive and a negative, so it just ends up just being cautious. Right, who's free? Let's get Ptolemy on the job. Was that Alexander again? Or did I just misread that? No, that's Anaximander. Alexander's lesser known twin brother. Oh, I enjoyed the joke anyway. Well, this olive shortage seems to have disappeared very quickly. And Pericles didn't even make that much money off of it. Oh, come on! He's only just started the route again. Gilgamesh. You're costing me money. Why didn't you flee? And why did those Scythian horsemen let me get my guards first? That's just poor manners. Babylon sword. I was thinking then, should I add... No, I won't do it on this route. On some route, I'll just add as the last stop a barrack stop. In fact, I will do that on Babylon sword. You go to Babylon sword. Seems strange to have to scroll down to get to B. Babylon sword. Go to all these places. When you finish at Kurgazul, in fact, you stop at Kurgazul, and that's got a barracks. So forget your current retinue. Let's have a hoplite, a guardsman, and 2 men-at-arms. Does that work? Perhaps it needs to go through the whole route before that happens. I'm having a hard time with my alphabet tonight. Babylon sword. I mean, no wonder the B is second to bottom. He's probably not going to make it. What I think will happen is he will buy 2 men-at-arms until he gets all the way through to the last barracks stop. I don't know. Let's first of all throw my phone to the other side of the room. All those notifications buzzing. It's making me sound a lot more popular than I actually am. WhatsApp group chats. The bane of a lot of things, really, of good, decent society. So he's not got any support at all. That's a problem. What I think is going, yeah. Well, like I say, what I think is going to happen is he's going to go and buy as many guardsmen as he can in any particular market, assuming he doesn't get mugged again. At least this time it's only himself that gets mugged and not the swords he's carrying. And then when I've done this, I'm going to build... sorry, I shouted a bit then, didn't I? I'm going to build markets at all of the necessary demand buildings. So he goes to Reggae. What has he got? Yes, he's only got 2 men-at-arms. So if anything, he's got even less protection than when he started. I'm curious as if he will pick... Well, I'm now wondering if he will pick one up when he gets to the first barracks. I don't know where the first barracks is. Susa, I think. Very nice. I'll just leave him to do his thing for the time being and have a look at... So, the arsenals... There's one there. Got a stable there. That arsenal's not being serviced, is it? Well, there is barracks there. If you upgrade, we'll include that arsenal. What other arsenals are there? There's one there. There's also a stable. And stables have some demand for a bronze cuirass. Curious. So if there's a stable and a barracks, that'll make it into a 3-coin demand market, which is what I'm looking for. I'm all about 3-coin demand. Sounds like a corporate market speak, doesn't it? This product has got 3-coin demand. What other arsenals are there? Oh, there's one down to the south of Persepolis. There's an academy. There's a stable. There's a lot of demand for bronze cuirassiers there. Seems strange building up routes. I can build up the routes now and then just move people onto them as time goes by. I'd be happy to sort of start Eastern Pascardé, for instance. No. Is it Western Pascardé? No, Southern Pascardé. Passagardia. I got this right last time, didn't I? Passagadai. Passagadai. Southern Passagadai. The copper's getting pretty expensive here, and by pretty expensive I mean almost coming up to base price. And you're just not doing anything with the bronze cuirass. Cuirass. I think it's cuirass. Cuirass Passagadai. Cuirass Passagadai. Welcome to Talk Along with by Jingo. We'll learn our pronunciation and emphasis together. I mean, you're just being awkward. I'm getting distracted, aren't I? There's other arsenals. There's one at Southern Arcticana. Don't I know about that? Still, I'm glad I'm able to make something of these smelters now. Oh, what's a lot of copper? It's... I'll take an emporium. I don't know if I'm going to use it though. I might use it in Babylon, maybe. I could make Babylon itself into an emporium, just, you know, just to show off. Let's do that. Now it actually incorporates my headquarters. In the... I mean, what that does, I'm not sure. I think I was a bit confused, because what happens in Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe, Open TTD, to those in the know. Yes, not TDD, which is test-driven development, which is... I was going to say less fun, but there's something quite formulaic about Open TTD. So I'm not sure. It's a different kind of fun. I might make that into a bazaar. And then again into an emporium? No, that's too much. Looks pretty good though, doesn't it? With all those extra market stalls. Ooh, so I stuttered then. Less of that. Oh, a trading post out by this castle, southwestern Babylon. Now, if I could have a castle and stables, for instance, that would be fine. That would have all the demand that I would want. What's over here? Why don't I use the legend and also don't have the game on pause? Also, I need to check on Gilgamesh. See if he's doing all right. He's had a rough time of it. He's still trying to buy bronze swords. We're just waiting on lazy copper mines. Yeah, brass has really slowed the game down. So we've got all the arsenals covered. Susa, one in Babylon. We've got all the barracks covered. So Susa, Durka as well. We haven't got the stables covered. What about... We've got fortresses and castles. There's an extra castle there, we could do something with that. Because that's the name of the game, is to sell weapons, and you sell weapons to military structures. I forgot, does the stables want... Oh, they kind of want bronze cuirasses. I don't want to go there if it's just a stable though. The demand just isn't there for it. So let me check, I've got all of the castles now, because one of them, there's a castle outside Babylon, there's a castle there, there's a fortress there and there. Maybe what I could do is I could do like a castle run, couldn't I, where you take the swords, you take the cuirasses, and then, yeah, like I say, do like a route of 8, because you have to go back and refill. But doesn't that just sound like a... It sounds like a faff, just describing it to you. I feel exhausted. I'm tired of life just describing it to you. I imagine implementing it would be... Well, it wouldn't be... well, you know... I think it's something I wouldn't mind doing if I was playing this offline. But, it's like I'm blaming the viewer for my laziness. It's a hot take, hot tip. Blame the viewer for your own failings. I didn't see that one in the Creators Academy. Oh, there's actual Western Celia. Why did I think Western Celia was a thing? There's Celia, Southern Celia, and the like. I'm not sure how many of these are actually going to get satisfied. The ones in Egypt, well, I'm thinking, by the time they get into Egypt, they'll have built up sufficient demand to service... Oh god, there's loads. Castle, castle, fortress. There's a fortress up there as well. There's a temple there, they like Carnelian seals. Not exactly struggling for demand on Carnelian seals there. Although bronze swords is looking a little hairy, but unfortunately, temple doesn't demand bronze swords. What about golden lapis jewellery? Well, I think it'd be sensible to upgrade that to a market. Just so I can include the temple, just to raise the prices a little bit. And then I know where to build this market here to avoid overlap. As far as I know, I don't even know if I'm going to get all these markets, but it's useful to have them. It's like I certainly don't know if I'm going to do anything with this. Although I can see how I would get there by using, well, by the coast, I suppose. There's actual Abu Rabash. It's a shame there's not more on the coast. There's an arsenal. Arsenal. Where's the fourth one? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got those. I've got all the barracks. So that's all of Egypt covered. What about the Aegean Sea? Also, I'm going to remember to unpause just so time goes a bit quicker. Just so we can get this done in under 2 hours is what I'm aiming for. It's like a speed run. Oh, hello. Oh, thank God. Because that is very valuable. I could probably sell those for 2,000 each, which gives some idea of how valuable it is. I am covering that. Yeah, covering that. I may have done these in the last video. I've got a sneaking suspicion that I might have done. No, because I've missed this one out. Oh, excuse me. It's not good form to sneeze on camera. But sometimes you just can't help it. You just want to sneeze. I might have to make that into a market. Any other fortresses? What about castles? No castles. Have we got all the arsenals? We've got all the arsenals, got all the barracks. Some stables somewhere. Very useful. Barracks, that's what I was looking at. Should think I've got all the barracks because that's what I focused on. Okay. Not quite sure what I was expecting there. Just pressing this button, expecting things to happen. If I go to Persia now, and I'll spend this time getting cuirassier routes set up. Is there any other bronze routes? Is there any more copper mines near tin mines I can make into a thing? Yes. In fact, if I was to turn that into a emporium, which seems a little... a bazaar will do it. Could turn that into a bazaar. I'm not liking that stable being there, though. But it doesn't matter if all the production buildings are in the same place. So the southwestern salt, another one for the salt desert. There's so many. I've got southern salt desert, western salt desert, southwestern salt desert. So where is actual salt desert then? Here, I guess. Oh, I suppose if I was to build next to these lapis mines and that jeweler, that would be actual salt desert. So I'm thinking is no, let's do the production first, because I always do this. Production, we'll have a couple of smelters. And a bronzesmith who makes nothing but cuirassiers. And you make nothing but bronze. So look at that, 4 copper ore to make some zinc. Make some brass. So Babylon cuirassiers. Cuirass 2. It starts at southwestern Salt Desert. On a wheeled dray, pick 4. And then go to Babylon and all that stuff I was talking about earlier. So I think all the sword moves have been mimicked. So basically go to the places I recently just established. I think. I can't remember. Anyway. Go to the southwestern Salt Desert. Before you cross the boundary, go to somewhere that has a barracks. So go to Ekbatana. Go to Babylon, which is northern Uruk, eastern Uruk, southwestern Babylon. Was there somewhere else? South. I forgot my alphabet again. Oh no, it's southeastern Babylon. Now I need somewhere else. Did I? What's the man like in pretty hefty actually. Maybe I didn't cover everywhere. So you pick up. When did hoplites get so expensive? Hoplites, 2 guardsmen, and a man-at-arms. And that is, I don't know, probably my entire profit margin eaten away. What? Well, no, I'm probably going to be able to make these for about 700, sell them for 2,000? 2,400. No, 2,500. So I am being very tight with that. But that's me. Because I'm not going to sell them for that in all these markets. I'm really not going to sell that for all that in all these markets. I ought to make a note of this. What's the demand in Susa like for cuirasses? Where did Babylon Cuirass go before? Where's Babylon Cuirass 3? And was there a 1? These are questions that need to be asked and answered, and the rest of them. Yeah, really. Where is Babylon Cuirass 1? Who designed this list? So that's 2. That's the one I've just done. 3 is the one I did last time. So we already go to Susa. We already go to Southern Uruk, Babylon. That seems to be fine. But somewhere along the way we probably ought to pick up some troops. Ah! No. I did remember that there's actual there's stables at Southern Salt Desert. I'm not sure. We'll think it out. I need to find out what's going on with Gilgamesh. He's still waiting to buy swords. He's taking ages. Or not. Have I done Babylon's sword wrong? Doesn't look like it. Unless somewhere along the way a cuirass was made. Yes, it was. Naughty. That's going to cost me. Still no more than Gilgamesh has been costing me recently. That was a painful mistake. So it's not even going to be a case of where I accidentally have a barracks where I want one, because I specifically deliberately built these production centres in different regions to the demand centres because of what happened in Southern Arcticana last time, which, as we all know, caused me much heartache and sorrow. It was a terrible time. So I guess I will never know with if you put a security stop at the last stop of a route, if all of the guards get sold off somewhere along the way. Presumably, because what would happen is when they go to the first stop, they would then sell the hoplites that you picked up and just buy guardsmen. That could work, but you'd have to be okay. I don't know. I'm doing a lot of thinking, and that's, it's probably not very good to watch, and it's even, probably not good to listen to, even worse to watch, particularly when we're just looking at this. As I say, fortunately, lots of money's coming in. There's a plague in the Aegean Sea, so I best stay away from there. Who's got enough? Olives 2. Yeah, honest reputation. Pericles is an honest chap. So I didn't think I put anybody on the Babylon Cuirass 3 route, did I? I just talked about it. Babylon. Oh no, I did. No, Babylon Cuirass 2 was the one I just created. My God, that's confusing. No, I didn't. That's fine. Pythagoras. There's some. Is a military kickbacks kind of guy. I guess we know the square of the hypotenuse. That leads to being able to sell more bronze cuirasses, I guess. So remember, that's Babylon Cuirass 2. So I'm looking at some of these Babylon Sword 3. Parmenion. Get lost. Oh, here we go. So all these sword routes are going to be very out of date very soon. I could just translate them into cuirass routes and I just keep them going. Is what I was thinking then. Perhaps I should have explained my thinking, because what you were just looking at was me just looking at a route and hearing me go, here's some idea of where all the iron is. Well, that's good. Sell your Greek swords while you still can. In fact, that's pretty ideal. Oh, that's nice. There's iron all over the place. This is actually easier than other routes. It's actually most welcome. Nice. I don't mind getting into those houses because, you know, Persia's not my home region. What do I care? Bronze sword has been removed from the game. Adjust trade routes accordingly. Iron swords are demanded by the following: Acropolis, Arsenal, Barracks, Castle, Fortress, Palace, Stable. Definitely put a beat to that. Nebuchadnezzar purchased to do technology. Good. Right, so let's just tear out the rulebook and start again. See, this is a lot easier because all you need is 2 iron ore. Makes an iron ingots. And then presumably an ironsmith. Boom, you've got iron. So let's look at the Persian sword route. Presumably they all... Yeah, there's demand for iron swords. It's building up. How much demand, though? Is it the same as bronze swords? I don't suppose that demand would go down just because the swords got better. But, I mean, iron ore looks okay, I guess. It looks a bit grubby in the icon. Then again, so does copper, so I shouldn't get too het up. What is iron ingots? I take it back. Iron swords don't look too bad graphically. In fact, they perhaps look a little bit better than bronze swords because there's a contrast between the silvery grey of the blade and the brown of the handle, whereas the brown of the handle and the bronze there kind of make it look one. Looks like the whole thing's made of bronze. So yeah, maybe that's not too bad. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I was going to check on Eastern Octacana just to see what Barracks is going to want. I mean, the Arsenal really likes iron swords. Barracks, kind of. I can get behind that. Okay, so you go to Southern Persepolis. There is a lot of... Oh, it's not got a caravanserai, that's why I can't do anything. I say there's a lot of markets, but not any that I recognise or any that I want. If I say have 2 sword routes from each thing, that ought to do it. So yeah, Babylon's sword. Well, this is different. Ah, this is good news. We can go to somewhere with a barracks. Wherever that may be. Ekbatana has a barracks. So we start at Ekbatana, pick up some proper security, and then carry on the route. Never did check. How much do iron swords cost? 1080? A little bit cheaper than bronze swords. That's okay. I don't mind that. I think it was cheaper anyway. Was it was bronze cost 800? No, it's 1,200 bronze swords cost 1,200. I think. I can't remember. And I've been dealing with bronze swords for so long. I was calling myself the Bronze Man last video. Outrageous. So it's Ekbatana, where you just pick up some. Yeah, hoplite, men at arms. Fine. Remove this. Remove that. Instead, go to Eastern Persepolis. With... No, not Eastern Persepolis. Southern Persepolis. I can't read or remember. Or have many other missing mental faculties, apparently. Okay, I might speed this one up. This is going to take a little while. Particularly if I keep on missing where iron swords are. There we go. Okay. That's fine. So we'll have the two that were over here, which was Gilgamesh. You're having to wait a long time to make yourself useful. Off you go. And then you were also on Babylon's sword. Okay, Alexander was on Greek swords, so far as I can remember. What does the Greek situation look like? Oh, lots of iron mines. No worries. And that is kind of by the sea as well. In fact, those are the only iron mines by the sea. Well, that's not true. There's that there. See, it actually simplifies the route. It's just a shame we've got to go through them all and change them. So Greek sword is this. What's Greek sword 2? That's fine. Greek sword 2. Although, if I had it close enough to the... No, because all the markets are still going to be on land, aren't they? Let me finish the working before I argue the point. I was going to say, if I had this next to the coast, I could then combine Greek swords and Greek swords 2 into a mega Greek swords route. But I thought against it. Because even if they have like a merchant galley with 8 on, I can't guarantee I'll be able to sell all the swords. Because most of the markets are inland in the Aegean Sea. Which is a weird sentence to say. So we have a smelter and an ironsmith. That's nice. I don't think Greek sword actually leaves the route, so I don't have to worry about transports or anything like that. I just say go to Eastern Klezimeni. 4 iron swords. Forget you. It's got a long way to forget something. Forget you. Forget you. And then... Where's iron swords? Oh, right at the bottom. Perhaps I have to wait until demand builds up before I do anything. Land passes there. Chios. And then Lampascus on the Dray, which takes me back to Eastern Klezmanai. So that's one I ought to consider. If it had been next to the sea, you could have gone straight from Chios to Eastern Klezmanai. Or maybe it would be better for him to go to Ephesus. Yes, I think it might be best for you to go to Ephesus. Ephesus. Ephesus! Right, that's Greek sword. And then Greek sword 2. We'll just set up something similar here. And we can still keep these, because these can still make bronze cuirasses. I've got to remember who was on what. You don't have to change where you're going particularly. Just go from carrier to southern carrier and carry on. Carrier, carry on, regardless. Well, on Ephesus, you then go to... You go to Chios as well. Why? Oh well. Not for me to question, I guess. So that's all the Greek sword routes sorted out. So you look like you were on Greek sword 1. Alexander was on Greek sword 1. Let's say you were on Greek sword 2. I think you were on something. God, who knows what route you were on? Is it? I mean, how will we know who was on the Egyptian route? I can't see anybody in Egypt. This is probably a really inefficient way of finding out, though. I wonder if it'd be better if we can just see... Stopped at Pasargadae, southern Pasargadae. Stopped at southern Lydia. Southeastern Celia. Oh, you look like you were on some... What route were you on? I have absolutely no idea. You were stopped at South... You were stopped there as well. Huh. I wonder why. Well, the only thing that's here is wool. We won the wool route and it got cancelled for some reason. Who knows? No, because we've got 2 people on the wool cloth route and they're struggling to sell dyed wool. What route were you on? I have absolutely no idea. I don't know why you would be there. I don't know why you would be there unless you were on the way to Der Kyrgyzstan and you were on some kind of Iron Sword route. I don't know. Unless I've mixed up Southeastern Celia and Southern Celia. Game? How am I supposed to know that? I don't know. I'm quite curious now, actually. Egyptian swords. What's the Egyptian sword 2 do? It's a different Eastern Celia. Good lord. Oh, there's a different Southeastern Celia. Oh, wow. that's rough. I can't even rename it myself. I've just got to so when I said Southeastern Celia, I actually meant Southeastern Celia, if you understand what I mean. Huh. Oh wow! So they went down. They sailed down to Eastern Celia, and then got on a horse and walked all the way back to Babylon through Persia. Oh, that's mean game. Why would you have two Celias? I mean, I understand there's two Thebes. There's a Thebes in Greece and a Thebes in Egypt. But if you're doing game design, you would pick the next biggest city near Celia and go with that. Oh, that's poor. I'll just explain a few things. Right, you also start at Carrier. Oh, no reason to change that then. I mean, part of the blame lies on me as a consumer, I guess. I should have checked when the route was being created by checking here and saying there should be a modicum of demand. Though I can't say that I take the majority of the blame, because that would be daft. Okay. Iron swords there, and then go to Eastern Celia. The game wouldn't correct it because you can form a valid land route from Eastern Celia to Southeastern Celia. But that's more of what I should have been expecting, like demand for carnelian seals, demand for bronze cuirass. But it's got me thinking. Does Egypt Carnelia try to sell carnelian seals to the other Southeastern Celia? I'm curious now. It'd be Carnelian Egypt, wouldn't it? Go to Eastern Celia. Go to there, go to Celia. Go to there, go to Southeastern Celia. Oh no, you go to the right one. Small Mercies. Well, that's something that's flushed out an inefficiency in the system. So you're both idle. You are both on Egyptian sword, presumably. Well, I'll put you on Egyptian sword, and then I might use the other one to do a cuirass route around Egypt. Because I've got a lot of bronze running. Lots of bronze doing very little. Yeah, Egypt sword's the one that's just fixed, isn't it? Egypt sword 2. Yeah, so you go on Egypt sword 2. Let's take a look at Egypt sword 1. Oh, that's easy enough to fix. We'll just head to the Aegean. I've done a thing again where I've just paused the game for large amounts of time. This time for like the last 10 minutes, but I can't help but feel that this is an important part of the game. It's like already making excuses, aren't I? But without selling metal, there's not a great deal you do in this game. Or selling weapons even, because weapons trading is the name of the game. And have an ironsmith there. They go to Egypt swords. See, Ephesus, I think, has a barracks, so we can probably put in... No, it doesn't. Oh, that's the other Egypt sword. That's the one I'm thinking of. I could probably go to somewhere that does have a barracks first, pick up some decent troops, and then go on my merry way. Although I can't find anywhere with a barracks. It presumably exists. I'm seeing a lot of arsenals. There's a castle. The fortress doesn't actually provide troops, but then again, why would it? Because you don't train troops in a fortress, you station them there. I'm surprised there's not a barracks in Ephesus though. Ephesus. There is one in Carrier. But it's like at no point do we go... Oh, to Chios, sorry. That's what I guess we could do. I'm going to go to Western Mysia, have the game run a little bit, just so that it resets the supply and demand things on there. Western Mysia. 4 iron swords. Blah, blah, blah. So go to Lampascus. Actually, no, go to Ephesus on a regular galley. No, I just want to go to Chios. Don't make this any more awkward than it needs to be. There we go. Stop off at Chios. Pick up... Oh, I don't know. In fact, clear out all these guardsmen. Let's have a hoplite, a guardsman again, and 2 men-at-arms. I mean, maybe this is a bit much, but yeah, I'm feeling a bit flush with cash, a little bit paranoid. Good combination. So maybe this is what I need to do. Rather than speed up these sections, and rather than just blandly saying what item of good I'm collecting or dropping off and the name of the market where it's happening, just talk like I am doing. So who's free? You're free. So you do Egypt sword 1. Top notch. Right, so Babylon Sword 3. Because everything's to do with southern Pascade. That's fine. So we go to Persia and find somewhere else. So I'm thinking is, why don't I just change this to make cuirasses? So it's be the same markets, but then there's already a Babylon cuirass. There's already 2 Babylon cuirass routes. So now, be counterproductive. So what I'll do is find another pair of iron mines like that. There's a flush with cash. I'll make it into a market, just so I don't have to worry about bringing iron to the smelter. My primary concern at this stage in the game. When you've got this much money, that's definitely the primary concern. Just making the route as easy to work with. Wait just a second, and then go back to Babylon Sword 3, I think, wasn't it? Yes. So we go to northeastern Arcticana. Pick up some iron. I hope I'm not just flooding the market with iron swords when the demand's not built up yet. But I've got a feeling the demand's going to pick up fairly sharpish. Now, I don't know who was on that route, but presumably it's one of the guys in Southern Pascade that is idle. So it could be both of those, actually. Well, what route was it again? Babylon Sword 3, that was it. God, my memory's terrible. Now what I might do is set up an Egyptian cuirassier route and have as Pulsar do it. So we have to go to Egypt. There's demand, all right. Slight demand from the palace. Lots of demand from the arsenal. Good stuff. The castle, that'll take some. What it would do if we could expand into it. Oh, so awkward. So there isn't really demand. Well, there's some demand in southern Celia, western Celia. So if say Egyptian cuirass, we start in south. Was it Southern Pascade? Think so. Get on an ox cart. See, now I'm thinking ambitiously. Trundle all the way from there. Slight demand. No, there's demand in Tanis. There's lots of demand in Tanis, actually. So you go to Eastern Tanis. Go to Tanis. Some demand in Heliopolis. Some demand in Western Heliopolis. where you change into a large reed boat. Go to Southern Celia, where they will gladly buy some. Just make sure you get the right Southern Celia. Go to Eastern Celia on a dray, because that'll make sure that the only place you can go to is the right Southeastern Celia. Good. Good. Go back to Eastern Celia. Get on a large reed boat. Go to Eastern Heliopolis, Western Heliopolis. And then change back into a... Take a horse the way back, because that'll be quicker. No, take a wheeled dray, because that'll be quicker. Nice. And then we go back to Persia and turn him on the Egyptian cuirass route. Well, that might be the way to do it. Right, how many idle merchants do I have now? Adinarii was on some kind of route. Some kind of sword route. Probably Persian swords. Southern Pascardii. I see no reason not to go to southeastern, northeastern Arcticana. And just, you know, carry on. The proper thing to do would be to exhaust all of these iron mines to keep the price of iron ore as cheap as possible, keep production going, that kind of thing. I'll get you on the Persian sword route. Right, who's left? Miss Anna Pandy. I don't know what she was doing. Wait, yes I do. She was doing Egyptian sword, but was going to southeastern Celia along with Demosthenes, presumably. What I'm going to do with her now is she's going to do Greek, what do you call them? Cuirassiers. Starting at carrier, just like it's specially made for this. As long as I turn on production for it and turn off production for you. Now don't turn on, just turn auto on. And then look around at where likes cuirasses. There's going to be a lot of places in Greece that like cuirasses. Starting with Lycia. Oh yes. Southwestern Sardis, northern Ephesus, not really. Southwestern Sardis. How about regular Western Sardis? Not really. If I can get to Mycia, why can't I get to Mycia? Oh, there's already a road there. The caravanserai was hidden right there in front of me. Oh, well, carry on. Don't go to Abu Sir, go to Mycia. Well, that's sort of a rhyme. They're not really. Yes, really. Go to Lydia. Not to be confused with Lycia. Although in this case, it doesn't really matter. Southern Phrygia. Definitely. In fact, I could probably sell both to Southern Phrygia. I know what would be a good idea. While I'm thinking of UX wants. Have a filter on these lists, just so it brings up brings up markets in the Aegean Sea. That would make it a lot easier. Why is it saying that Southern Phrygia demands bronze cuirasses? Oh yes, it does. For some reason, it's all the way down the bottom there. I don't know why. What's the reason for this? Presumably, it does production items first. Production demand. Production, alphabetically. Consumption, alphabetically. Everything else, alphabetically. Which I guess kind of makes sense. A bit daft, though. And then go to Lampascus. And then go on a wheeled dray on the way back, just to hurry yourself up a bit. Now we go to that woman. It wasn't a woman in Eastern Celia. I just keep thinking she's a woman because she's called Miss Anna Panda. Where is it? it's not Miss Annie Panda. It's I don't know. Perhaps I'll bring up a portrait of her somewhere around here when I'm going through editing. Although I'll probably forget that unless I write down a timestamp. There we go. Yes, that's how it's done. I'm pulling back the curtain on how Bajingo edits his videos. The short answer is he doesn't. So that's probably one way of doing it. I think that's everything. Does anybody not have any work? I could find them work. Sennacherib. What route were you on? That's Egypt Sword 2 or something like that. Persian Bab Sword Palace. I hadn't considered that. That's fine. We can do this one. Greek Egypt Palace Sword. Maybe I'm overdoing it on the iron swords, but I don't think that's possible. I mean, there will always be war. Which I thought was a profound statement, but it turns out it's just a motto from a video game. I can't remember which one now. Fallout or something like that? If I'd hazard a guess. It's not a game I've played. Evidently, as you can tell. So you go to Miletus, pick up a whole bunch of swords. So ours at 7 swords. They could be waiting a long time then. See if we go to Chios to pick up some decent units. Hoplite. That hoplite's more expensive there. I'm sure of it. Don't do anything else in Chios, just buy the hoplites. And then we remove these stops. What's that sound in the background? Sirens. Gotta wish people had stopped committing crimes. Or falling ill. I can never tell the difference between sirens. Apparently it's easy to tell which is an ambulance, which is a police car, from the siren. But I've never picked up on it. Then again, I've not been very au fait with sirens, I guess. Does Ephesus really want 2 swords? Yes, and yes. I shouldn't never question passed by Jingo. He must have known what he was doing. Well, at least gives the impression he knows what he's done. You know what this would be good with? Perhaps I could just sort of talk over this bit, and it'd be like a podcast. It's like I'll just do a by Jingo vlogs. That's a different Eastern Celia. Let's have a topic of the day. What by Jingo thinks. Could this be quite? This would be. Because there's not much I can actually comment on what I'm doing at the moment because it's fairly bland. But if I had some notes up, I could talk about. Have you seen what's in the news today? I mean, that's a bit really bad idea because of the time insensitive nature of these videos, the time sensitive nature of current affairs, and also a really bad idea because you're likely to disagree with somebody on current affairs, and I don't want to fall out with you. I don't know who you is particularly, you the audience or you particular. Now, I can't remember, was I selling anything at Western Heliopolis? Eastern Celia leave with 3. Western Heliopolis also leave with 3, 1 in Tanis. I think. Too busy talking, forgotten. Then go to Western Heliopolis with 2 again. Western Abu Rabash with 2. Ephesus with 2. There we go. Right, off you go. And drop that tin. You won't be needing that where you're going. That's not a bad place to make cuirasses. If you don't mind bringing tin in. And to an extent I don't mind. Particularly if I'm doing it on a Hippoium or something like that. But who needs cuirasses now? Palaces, I guess. Let's speed up the game. I'm quite happy with how this is going. Probably let's check who's idle, if anybody. Are you okay with that? Yes. Anybody struggling with that? Why do we have a second potter there? Probably because it will overwhelm the ceramic supply. Yes, it turns out it won't. Who else is facing problems? Carrier has switched supply, yes. En route to Southern Pascade. Southern Pascade has updated their supply. In fact, Yep, that's all fine. The demand for carnelian has been satiated. Zeuser, apparently. But not for bronze cuirasses. Not bad. How's the ox cart? My god, that's slow. But it carries 6, and that's the important thing. It's better than setting up 2 different routes. Well, it's better than setting up 3 routes, 2 routes instead of 3. Civil unrest in Babylon and made food scarce, and have soured the market for luxuries. No. Oh yes, that works quite nicely. Shall I focus on more paper? I could do a Persian paper route. 3 libraries. I could take them all on an ox cart. There's one in Reggae. Presumably one in Eastern Persepolis, and one. I cannot find the 3rd library. No, Ecbatana. Is there a reason why I've not expanded that? I said there was a library there. Is it affecting demand? Yes, it is. And then Reggae. Oh, that's miles away. I'm inclined to increase it. Twice. Oh, a lot of academy, library. That Reggae wants so much. That's not Reggae, is it? It's Ragai, something like that. If I go to Egypt now and set up a land is the only way you can bring the paper in there. Right, no worries, I can do that. Trading post here, Western Bubastis will get a road over there somehow. Ah, there we go. Set up a caravanserai. I'll have the game on 2 speed. That's probably a good way of going about it. Oh yes. Having said that, those aren't great. Only 66. And that's with Hoplite, 2 guardsmen, and a man-at-arms. Well, that's paid for the guards at least. 72, that's more what I was expecting. Hoplite in 3. We'll get a paper maker on the go. Here. And have a new route Persian paper. Incense. Very nice. Might have it on half speed. I feel so pressured when I'm trying to do this when the game's running. Particularly when Papyrus is growing at that kind of rate. That's really off-putting. Right, what do I want in Persia? Do I go straight to Reggae? Where's the... Oh, you've got to go through Babylon first, haven't you? Oh, that's going to be a long journey. May as well have 2... I'll have 2 merchants on it. If you go to Ecbatana... I think you demand paper, don't you? Yes. Eastern Persepolis. Somewhere else. Ekbatana, Reggae, regular Persepolis. Persepolis. When I'm looking at all this demand and thinking, well, why am I being so... I don't know. Why don't we just dump it at the first market to get to? There's an academy at Eastern Persepolis. I feel that paper's a red herring. It's not worth an awful lot. For incense, I think is worth more. Any more academies? Any more libraries? Well, I think that's all of them. 1, 2, 3. Dump the rest in reggae, I guess. That sounds like a bad idea. Where do I dump it then? I mean, there's lots of demand, but there's not 3 times the demand. So if I have it like that, and at Eastern Persepolis, you could probably handle a bit of extra paper, unless... Oh, the palace takes paper. That settles it. Persepolis sells 2. Persepolis, 1 at Eastern Persepolis, and then reggae. Save. But not quite, because... Paper. Persian paper. I think we'll be fine with just some men-at-arms. I'm not overly fussed if the paper gets robbed. It's not high value. We'll have an escape artist. And have 2 people on that route. Perhaps it's a little decadent. And like I say... Ooh, gotta be careful now. I've only got 2 merchants left. I probably want them to do military things. What are you trying to do? Trying to sell... consumer goods. They're not interested. Well, I'm interested in selling them bronze cuirasses. Always bronze cuirasses. So... Well, I don't think anybody's going to Der Kyrgyzstan with a cuirass, are they? Yeah, I don't think they are. To that end, I'll set up Babylon Cuirass 1. It's fine. Ekbatana, fine. Go to Kyrgyzstan. And I don't know. Somebody's going to want this stuff. Go to Babylon and go to I'm not sure actually. Southern Uruk. And then... yeah, and then we'll have Anna Mixander do the original Bronze Babylon Querus route. Querus route, what? Where does this end? 290. Oh, there's only 50 years left. Oh well. This is a relatively snappy video. I feel like I've got to follow somebody that's selling some weapons. Civil unrest has ended, the plague has ended. There's no events taking place. How boring. So what's demand for iron weapons there? Not bad. That's nice. We could probably have somebody else on that Querus route, you know. Although it's production that's holding it back. Off, auto. There's no demand for that because that is off. Actually, that's probably not a good idea to have that on continuously. Ooh, does that include papyrus farms? No, not interested. Why have you stopped? The Xanthippus is quite clearly eager for paper. I seem to have a lot less money than I thought I had. Oh, there we go. Those odds aren't great, are they? 2 Scythian horsemen. Crossing from Babylon to Egypt. Yeah, I've got to be careful of that route. It's pretty tricky. Paper grease, that's fine. I think it's holding them back is the slow nature of this this paper maker. Right, what am I missing? I could probably do more bronze cuirasses. Having said that, oh no, I thought Aristotle was a cuirass merchant for a second. Then I was getting quite excited. You're attempting to sell iron swords and failing. Why? Because that's a library, not an arsenal. Disappointing. Warriors do not read books. Who's on the Egyptian cuirass route? Him, and he's waiting to buy cuirasses. Crack my elbows out there. Very good. Arson strike in reggae. Unimpressed. Fortunately, I don't do anything in reggae now, apart from sell stuff. So, you know, screw you to the artisans. What are you doing? Babylon sword. Huh. That's daft. You see, if this route had actually gone to plan, I would have needed two merchants on it. Also, let me select Gilgamesh. God, the hitboxes on this game. 2 hoplites and 2 men-at-arms. I think that should be alright, but given how this game's going, I'm not sure how this game has gone. Right, I want to see you make me some money. You're en route to Susa, so it won't take long. And you didn't get mugged. Everyone's a winner. Apart from these guys, they're paying 3,000. Yes! Got a little excited there. Everybody's going to Susa. It's the place to be. You're on the way to so this is a nice spinner. In my test game I did a couple of months ago with this, I neglected bronze cuirasses, but that was a daft thing to do. Look at that price. Paper Greece leadership, because you cross boundaries, but you don't go down rivers, because there's no rivers in Greece. Oh, that's nice. It's so nice, it might be worth shortening your route somewhat. Don't think that was worth it. It made me feel better then. What's Pythagoras doing? He's selling cuirasses to southeastern Babylon. Ooh. Nice. Not southeastern Babylon, you want to go to southwestern Babylon. I just knew this would happen. We all knew this was going to happen. I'd mix up my southwestern with my southeastern. Oh, say what you will, I'm getting pretty quick at picking up the errors, wouldn't you say? Ah, that's why there's no caravanserai there. That's fine, I'll just throw it in the bin. Some lucky Carnelian mine has just found some bronze cuirass. I could have sworn that a cuirass was a type of sword. Well, it shows that I know. It's got room for another cuirass. Poor old Pythagoras is struggling to make money. I'm struggling to make money. Poor by Jingo. Look at that, I've only got 200,000. Nice. I think seamanship is slightly more valuable there because she doesn't cross borders, but the Aegean Sea does have sea. Right, anybody struggling for something? Oh. I should have been panicking furiously an awful lot when that was crossing the boundary there. How many guards do they have? None. Oh my god. It's... Oh, jeez. They have got 12,000 worth of bronze cuirass, and there's no bloody guards on it. Somewhere along the way, you need to pick up some proper guards. Possibly here. No. Presumably you go past the barracks. Also, it'd be quite nice to have a centre map button there. Add that to the list. Oh, right. Hoplite, guardsman. Oh, got lucky there. Ooh. And they're in an ox cart as well. So it's not like they're able to just sort of sneak past the barbarians. They're just trundling along in this. Where is he? I've lost him. Oh, that one's fine. You! You're just trundling along in an ox cart. Look how slow it is. Their wheeled drays just go straight past him. Philip conquers Greece. The GNC is demobilised. Oh, that's a shame. Philip conquers Greece. Does he die now? And then Alexander picks up where he left off? Ooh, that was a close call, actually. 56%. Because it's like, for all the good that Alexander, all the rightful praise that he gets, he also inherits a kingdom and a well-trained army that Philip bequeaths to him. As he then uses to do useful stuff, so you can't begrudge him too much. But it's like, well, you were given an army to play with. Where's Eastern Tanis? Oh, there's still chance yet for him to get mugged. He's not out of the woods yet. He's still got to go through Babylon, cross Babylon into Egypt. Well, I've got to watch this to see what happens. Military kickbacks, please. This is the time he's going to get mugged, isn't it? What's this? They're uncommon. Bandits are uncommon. Marketeering, yeah. And they're weak, but that doesn't matter. You could have a single guard. You could have a single barbarian, and he would just take all of those. Price gouging, please. Where is he? Oh, thank God. Problem is now trying to sell the things. I thought the hard part would be surviving. Oh, that's nice. I like those odds. Don't you want Curiouses? Alexander attacks Persia. The distant war Persia was supplying has ended, restoring... What? Alexander attacks Persia? So the markets have returned to their previous state, like the war's over. Heard the sound of houses disappearing, like I care. Well, that's some incense. Not doing it though, it's a red herring. Also, come on, buy the bronze cuirass. You're on the way to Tanis. They very much want cuirasses. What's Shalmaneser doing? What route are you on? Boy. Greek sword 2. Couldn't you have taken the initiative? I mean, you can see the production right next door. Off you go. Is that too much? Wait a minute. I was right first time. This. The problem was mine again. Sorry, my fault. Yeah, I didn't build the production buildings in. Ugh. You would have thought I'd learnt by now. So it's Shalmaneser. What route was Shalmaneser on? I can't click on Shalmaneser. Shalmaneser is on Greek Sword 2. Southern Carrier. Right, you were. Shalmaneser. As you were. Get off. Get your own oil. Merchant Demosthenes is getting impatient waiting at Carrier. What's Demosthenes doing? Oh, Egypt Sword 2 is broken. Still, there's only been 2 faulty routes, 3 faulty routes. That's not... Demosthenes, Egypt Sword 2, not 1. Egypt Sword 2. And that's because he's going from Carrier rather than Southern Carrier. Save. Demosthenes. B. Well, now there's a lot of demand. Let's have a second smelter there. Looks like this could take a while. Event. Succession wars. Interregional clashes in Babylon have taken their toll on the local population. Oh wait, no, I care about that one. God, I do have population there. Seems fine to me. Earthquake mines in Babylon are closed until it's safe to operate. Me carnelian! Oh. Care about that as well. Oh, I'm knocking that price of olive oil. Look at that. Well, they don't mind as well. In Western Agusia. In fact, it's growing. That's so well supplied. And again, I think, didn't it used to be about 17? What's you're on the paper route. That's fine. Right, why are you struggling? They don't really want swords in Lampastus. Well, they don't want so many swords. They really don't want so many swords. Perhaps we can find a different route for you. Ooh, you could sell. Actually, Alexander could sell cuirasses in Greece. You can drop them. I'm just guessing there's demand for it. For all I know, there's nothing. Wait, actually, Alexander's a bit busy at the moment. He's currently attacking Persia. Persian sword. Neither of those are useful. We have seamanship for that landlocked province. Perhaps that wasn't such a good idea. The only reason that cuirasses seemed to be in demand was that Miss Anipada hadn't got there yet. Well, perhaps Miss Anipada could do a gold route. That's odd, I must have missed that off. What kind of traits does Miss Anipada have anyway? Price gouging but not weapons trading. So Alexander is better for that route. So if Alexander isn't a doesn't have military kickbacks, then nobody does. Alexander the Great, humble bronze armour merchant. I don't know what the hold up there is. Probably the copper. Almost certainly the copper. In fact, I can see what the hold up is. Good, right. I don't think there's much to do now. I'm just sort of posturing around watching people sell stuff. And that's not a bad thing. It's times like these when it would be nice if I could go onto this screen here and just watch all the merchants just going around doing their thing. Well, I don't know what I could have done better here as well. Some iron over there. I could have done some iron smelting there. But I'm fairly sure I've got all the demand buildings that do... Empire Divided. Preparations for a visit by foreign dignitary have made for very lucrative luxuries markets in Babylon. Is he dead? Alexander, no! You were buying bronze armour for me. Leadership, please. Empire divided. Is it the Babylonian Empire that's been divided, or is it the Greek Alexander's Empire that's been divided by his death? You know, I'm not entirely sure. It's probably too soon for Alexander to die. He's only just got a job from Philip. Having said that, he dies. He's dead. Philip of Macedon. I guess he's still selling olive oil here in the afterlife. Persuasion, please. I doubt you're going to get captured. But if you were, it's nice to know it won't cost me so much. Olives are going cheap there now. In fact, you're probably selling at a loss. Not quite. You're going all the way to Der Kargazul. Well, that's not too bad. Let's watch some money come in. Presumably there's demand in Der Kargazul. There best be, because I redirected trade route to go there. We'll also take Carnelian seals. That's from the library. But again, I wouldn't do it alone if it was a library and an academy. I think academies take... oh, that's nice. Do academies take Carnelian? Presumably. Well, Alexander's got himself a promotion. Lovely. I'm quite curious now. Well, let's not pause the game. I'm not that curious. There's no academies in Babylon. Presumably I have to go to Persian to find an academy. Yeah, they take Carnelian. I'm not quite sure why. I don't know why a library needs Carnelian seals. Well, not for me to question it. Ooh. Phoenician Corsairs. They're pretty powerful. But then again, we outnumber them, and hoplites are better than Corsairs, which are the equal to guardsmen by the looks of it. Nice. I was following somebody, wasn't I? Not you. Animaxander. He's going to Babylon to sell Aquirus. He's going to be disappointed. I don't really want one. You ought to, though. They've got a castle, and an arsenal, and a palace, and a library. Well, that doesn't much count for anything. The demand for Carnelian seals, I'd be all over that, but for the fact that they only cost... I'd only get 400 for it. I could get somebody on the gold ring route. Perhaps could sell some more gold rings. One to no. One to Eastern Celia, perhaps. No. Why not? You've got a temple. Ah, no, we've been over this. They don't. It looks like they've got a temple, but they haven't. Well, alright. Where else is likely to buy gold? There's only one temple. There's 2 palaces. What's demand like in Susa? Solid. And my Babylon... Goldbring... There isn't a Goldbring Babylon route. This is an outrage. Unless it also goes to Persia. This isn't so much of an outrage. Susa, Pasgade. It's an outrage, there's still demand. You, Heraclitus. Heraclitus. Why do I know that name? Why do I know Heraclitus? Somebody comment below why I know the name Heraclitus. But I feel in the back of my mind. But I have no idea what he did. And I'm not entirely sure he wasn't mythical. I just recognise the name. So you want Persian... There's Goldbring Persia. Lovely. Get lost. Presumably, there's sufficient gold rings to go around. Yeah, look at that. And presumably the gold ring demand in Egypt and Greece is pretty high, but I'm not concerned. Greeks or 2? Probably animal husbandry. Right, who's worth following now? Yeah, that seems alright. What's the demand like? Could be better. It's a shame he's not selling bronze cuirasses. In fact, why aren't they selling bronze cuirasses? Why isn't there a bronze cuirass route for Persia? Heraclitus? Oh, come on. He only just started on that route. I only just brought him into the family. It's already cost me 800. Try again. Although, the game will be over by the time you do anything useful. I'm not sure. I think I might crack this because I'll have at least 400,000 points from money alone, plus wealth, plus however many points I've got from selling cuirasses and weapons. I think I'll make merchant prince on this. And well deserved as well. I mean, I'm congratulating myself. I don't actually know yet. We'll find out in 9 years' time. I feel that the action's happening somewhere else, but I couldn't tell you where. Alexander is trying to sell bronze cuirasses, and it's alright. Sold for 800 more than the base price, and he probably bought it for half the base price, so there's a lot of profit there. Oh, come on, give Heraclitus a chance. I bet they're loving it, those barbarians. They're just waiting for Heraclitus to turn up, get him ransomed, give him back to me, I'll send him out again. Poor Heraclitus is probably, he's got PTSD probably from all this manhandling he's having to go through. Seems fine though. Right, Alexander, what's he doing now? He's going to southern the Rook. What's the man like there? Those aren't great odds, are they? That's better. Demand is great. I'm all in favour of that. Oh, that's nice. Now where's it going? It's going to... That's not a good sign. Oh, I can't believe their luck. Just watching the price tumble. Paper Babylon, not bad. Worth getting leadership, I think. Although both were useful there. Alexander's been spending an awful lot of time waiting for his bronze armour. It's off. I think the barbarians have definitely been getting stronger, haven't they? Not just in terms of like numbers, but in terms of unit type. Because those Phoenician Corsairs were guardsmen type, and I'm fairly sure they're recent. Phoenician Corsairs as well. I expect better of Phoenicia. There's just not the demand in Kyrgyzstan for iron swords I was expecting. Where's he going to? Northeastern Giza. Why? Because there's swords there. Empire divided. The empire is no longer divided. I don't know what this means. I didn't know what the original one meant. We'll watch that coming in. Babylon sword, very nice. Oh. And there's still plenty of demand. Oh, what I want to check on is Heraclitus. Is he doing okay? Hey! He's got there! Ooh. Where is Pythagoras? Where did that fight take place? Where's he going? He's going to northern Uruk. It's no bad place to go. I think. Well, I don't know. They don't much care for bronze cuirasses. Not as much as I'd like, anyway. There's Aspaisa, who's carrying an awful lot of bronze cuirasses. Let's hope nothing happens to him. Miss Annie Panda is selling gold, doing a fine job. Oh, who's the most profitable merchant now? We've got 50,000, any advance on 50,000. We've got 12,000. That's not an advance on 50,000. 47,000, that's not bad. You were on 50,000 a minute ago. 29,000 for Darius, that's no good, no good. 11,000, 38,000 for Hammurabi. Hammurabi, that's not bad to say he's selling consumer goods. Not bad. Leonidas is making consumer goods, that's not bad. So he's been doing it the whole game though, that's a bit disappointing. Coming up on the end side, we've got Miss Anipada, who's a recent emerger. Miss Anipada was previously doing bronze swords, but she's now selling gold rings and having a fine time doing it. She isn't female. Miss Anipanda is actually his male name. Naramsin doing a grand job on Babylon Cuirass, making 60,000. 60,000. Naramsin is currently in the lead with 60,000. Nobody's even close. We've got 15,000, a couple of 50,000s for the Carnelian and the paper routes. Sappho's making great. If only paper was worth a bit more, it's a route that's worth worrying about. What's a Sennacherib on 28,000? That's not bad. 26,000, 24. And it's a clear winner, Naramsin with 60,000 and 84. That just shows how important bronze cuirasses can be. Don't neglect your armour, folks. It's where the money is. And don't be put off by the how long it takes for the I guess what's it called? The demand bar to rise. Your demand bar would rise too if you had to spend £1,600 or gold coins. Ooh, military kickbacks, please. And I think let's go to Babylon for the final shot. That's not bad. I like that. People don't like to live there. Olive oil's expensive. Dyed ceramics are expensive. Olives are expensive. Olive oil's expensive. Clothes are expensive. But apart from that, it's fine. I don't know what they're worried about. Ooh! Ooh, I got Merchant Prince. But I was beaten by Roland, who got 2,568,391. By Jingo, I don't know how you achieve that. I also don't. Oh yeah, I remember that. It was Croesus' family. It was centered in the Aegean. Which is not too bad. It means you can just go straight to the sea straight away. Anyway, that's not too bad. Managed to get to Merchant Prince. Not too bad at all. Managed to beat Spike, whoever that is. Able to beat myself. That's always good. And let's have a look at what that consisted of. Ooh, wealth just in at the back, 613. Special counted for more though, but it was pretty evenly spread. Pretty evenly spread. But if I had not if I focused too much on gold rings and not enough on bronze swords, wouldn't have made it. Anyway, I rather enjoyed that coming up towards the end. The last third was definitely more exciting than the second third, and the first third had its moments. But that's it. It's the slow middle bit. Well, I don't know. When I was editing it, I thought it sounded a little dry. Hope it sounded a bit better tonight. I have, after all, had my sandwich and a drink, and that's evidently perked me up and made the commentary a little bit better. The type of sandwich was tuna. The drink was orange squash, and there was a sizable time difference between when I had the sandwich and when I drank the squash, because the shocks to my taste buds would be too much. Anyway, here comes the plug. Hope you enjoyed that. Comment below. I think I've asked you a couple of questions as to I want the answers to. I could quite easily find out who Heraclitus was, but if you fancy telling me, I live for comments, good, bad, indifferent. Leave a like or a dislike. I guess any engagement is good engagement, although I think I prefer a like than a dislike. I have got the occasional dislikes, but I don't think the channel's got the recognition for people to go meh. Or if they do go meh, they just don't leave a comment. Also, feel free to share. I feel that if you were to share this video without showing part 1, the person you're sharing it to would be a bit confused, but they would probably get a better experience, because I feel the commentary tonight has been above average. Thought I was going to say something a bit over the top there, but yeah, thank you very much. I've very much enjoyed the scenario. I often do. I still prefer Seafarers of Phoenicia because there's more sea trade. And next time, I don't know where we're going next time. I think it might be Silk Road, but you'll have to see because I can't remember. And with that, I will see you later. Thank you very much for watching.